Now it's few weeks to the commencement of JAMB registration, and I think it's not too early but the right time for you to start preparing what you will need for the registration so as to avoid delay and issues, because I've seen a lot of people facing different difficulties after the registration and in fact after the examination just because they have failed to prepare well for the registration. Some things that seem to be less important to some candidates which are very important as far as JAMB registration is concerned, and those things and other things are what I will be discussing in this video. So, and that is why you have to stay with me and watch this video to the end. Without any delay, the first thing is your email and phone number. Now let's talk about email address first. Why is email address very important for your JAMB registration? You need email address for two things. Number one thing is that it is what you will use to create your JAMB profile, and the second thing is it is one of the mediums you can use to retrieve your password if you don't know it or you lost it. If you go for the JAMB registration without having your email, two things might occur. The registration attendant might decide to complete the registration for you without creating your profile, or the person can decide to just formulate an uncreated email for you and use it for the registration, and which might cause a lot of issues for you at the end of the day. And the uncreated and formulated email for you might have been created by someone else. Consequence of this is that whatever you want to do, you might have to be visiting the JAMB office or a CPT center whenever you have to do even small things like printing your results, print your admission letter, because you might not have access to your JAMB profile. Since the email that has been used to create the profile is uncreated and you will not be able to have access, you may not have access to your password and all of that. So it is very important for you to make sure that you create your email before you go to the registration center, and I think the right time for you to do that is now. So the second thing, which is the phone number, is also very important. One thing I see people doing wrongly about the issue of phone number is that some people will use their friend's phone number. This is not advisable because phone number is also sometimes one of the medium of which you can receive a lot of information as far as your admission process is concerned, maybe from JAMB or from your school directly. So it is very important to use your phone number. So if you don't have phone number, you can try to get one now before the registration commences. And also, if you have to use phone number of anybody else at all, let it be your parents, because that is the only people that cannot deny you anytime, and in fact any time of the day you need them, because they are the one paying for your school, they are the one sponsoring you and a lot of that. So if you want to use someone else's phone number at all, let it be the phone number of your parents, not your friends and acquaintances. In fact, if we have to be frank with ourselves, the best thing is for you to have your personal phone number for the registration. If you don't have a phone number, then it's the right time for you now to get one. Before I proceed, on this channel we make this kind of video. Then if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. The second thing I'll be talking about is preparation of age or date of birth. This might sound somehow, but it's also very important. It has been made known by JAMB to the general public that the age requirement for JAMB is 16 years as at October of the year of admission process. It is very important for you to prepare for this if you are not up to the age of 16 while you want to write the JAMB examination, because this might even lead to disqualification of admission for you if you are not careful. I know of some institutions that they go strictly by this. A very good example is University of Lagos. So if candidate is not up to the age of 16 as at October of the year of admission, they will not admit such candidates. Such candidate will be disqualified. The two ways you can approach this is that number one, you can do something about it before you go for your NIN if you have not done that. Like, you know what I mean, like you can find something to do to it. Like, I don't want to talk much more than this. And another way you can approach this is that there are some institutions that can accept candidates even not up to the age of 16. There's some institution like that. You can find out some of those institutions, or it is much more advisable that candidates should use age not less than 16 years. And if you want to do that, it starts from when you are registering for your NIN. So I think you should understand this more than I have said. This is one of the things you have to prepare for now. The next thing I'll be talking about is JAMB subject combination. One of the problems that people face after JAMB registration or after JAMB examination is the issue of JAMB subject combination. You know, apart from the people that want to study medicine, BDS, and all of other medical courses that have general and obvious subject combination is not something that you have to guess or you think that this is how it's supposed to be. It is something that you have to make sure you check it the right way. Sometimes I get annoyed when I see people having issue regards JAMB subject combination, because I always feel like it's one of the duties of the attendants at the JAMB registration centers to make sure that candidates have the right subject combination. But at the end of the day, I realized that what they're after, or let me say what they think it's their work, is just to complete the registration for candidates. Survey combination is not only important for the registration, but also for you to prepare for the examination, because I don't know how you're going to prepare for the examination if you don't know the right subjects you are going to sit for. One of the reasons why checking your survey combination is important is that survey combination differ by school. If you and your friend want to study the same course in different institutions, you might not have the same survey combination. So that is why it is very important for you not to guess or think that the survey combination someone have will be the same as yours. So you have to check the survey combination particular to your course and particular to your chosen institution. It is not good for you to just check randomly to Google when you are trying to check for your JAMB survey combination. I've made a video where I talked about how you can check the JAMB brochure for your JAMB survey combination correctly. You can find the link to that in the description box below. Brothers and sisters watching this video, or even parents, don't get survey combination. Check well and be assured. The last thing, but not the least thing I will discuss, which is one of the most important things you have to prepare for the JAMB registration, is your NIN with correct details. I think it should not be a news again that you need your national identity number for your JAMB registration. And the reason why this thing is very important now is that your biodata, I mean your basic information, will be collected directly from the NIN for your JAMB registration. So whatever mistake you make on your NIN will be repeated on your JAMB registration. So if you have not done your NIN registration and you are planning to go for it, so you have to make sure you have an error-free NIN registration so as to have an error-free JAMB registration. And if you have done it, then this is the time for you to go inside there now and take out the NIN slip and check if your names, your date of birth and all of that are correct on the NIN. So you made a mistake on your NIN is automatically a mistake on your JAMB registration. But now you have to make sure that you prepare your NIN with the correct details. So if you have done it, you have to check well to see if there is any error on it so that you can correct it maybe before the commencement of the registration if possible. So this is really the end of this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you have not. See you in another interesting one. Bye for now.